Hello, welcome to a new episode of Technique Tuesday. Today, we are going to make this fantastic triple display easel card. Okay, that's a lot of words, but it's really cute. It's a fun card that you could make for somebody for their birthday or just thinking of you. But what's really nice is it sits up and it displays like this. I hope you guys can see that on the camera. I'm gonna turn it to the side just to kind of see if you guys can see it a little bit better, or maybe turn it upside down. But anyway, it has 3 panels, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make that today, okay? So I'm a little nervous, I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I don't know how many episodes we've done, but I just get so excited and I get so nervous, but we're gonna carry on. Okay, so here's the instructions. So first off, you guys are gonna need 1 piece of paper that measures 4 by 11 3/4, and I'll tell you where you're gonna score that in a minute. Then you're gonna need some pieces for your panel. So you're gonna need 3 pieces of paper that measure 5 by 3 3/4. Now you can use printed paper or you can use cardstock if you want, and I did that on some other ones, and I'll show you that at the end. And then for your panel, you're gonna need a piece of paper that is 2 by 5 1/4. And then for your stopper, the little mechanism that holds the panel up for the easel part, you're gonna need a piece of paper that is 4 by 1 1/2. Okay, so now let's talk about all of the pieces that you're gonna need to mat all of your projects. So for your easel part, you're gonna need a piece of paper that is 1 3/4 by 5. And then for your top piece, you're gonna need a piece of paper that is 3 3/4 by 1 inch. And then for the stopper, you're gonna need a piece of paper that is 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. So with all of these measurements, you can make lots of cards using all of your pretty DSP. This base piece is Berry Burst, and it's our double-sided cardstock. I really like this paper. It's really good quality. You can hear the thickness of it. It's light on one side and darker on the other. So I chose, when I made the original card, to have the darker piece on the inside. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to assemble this awesome card. Okay, so you're gonna score your 11 3/4 paper on the 11 3/4 side. You're gonna score that at 5 1/4 and 10 1/2. And I'm gonna pull this in really quick. Like I told you guys, I always make myself a sample out of cheap paper because I don't wanna use up my good stuff. And then what I did is I wrote all the directions on the paper so that it's all in one place. You can throw this in a drawer, you can pull it out and recreate it. So hopefully you've written the directions down. I will pull that back in when we're kind of done so that you guys will have a chance to write it down. And okay, let's carry on. Okay, so first off, I already scored it. So remember, I scored it at 5 1/4 and 10 1/2. So we're just gonna go ahead and fold this over here. I hope everybody's having a good day. You ready to go conquer the world? It's another Tuesday. I was gonna make a different card, but I changed my mind at the last minute, so I had to go and cut all my pieces. Okay, so let me get this sample out so I can look at it. Okay, so what's really cool about this paper is it's directional, which is nice. So, and this is the, what paper is that? The Velvet Meadow paper, and I don't know if you guys have any of that. It's on back order. I think it's on back order until August, and I hope I can get my glue out here. Uh-oh. Oh, good heavens. Okay, we got it. Just a little blobby, no worries. We'll just spread that around. There's the white piece. I spread that around with my finger. You know, this happens. This happens to all of us. No big deal. All right. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to wipe my finger on the card. There we go. So we're just going to put this down here. can hear my cats retaliating. I put them in the bedroom because they're wanting to get all over the table as usual. And that's fine in my craft room, but not when I'm trying to do something on camera. So now we're gonna glue this one down. Now you can also, you can do the panels on every side, and I have a piece of paper for to write your greeting, and I'm gonna glue that on the back, and I'll show you guys that when we're almost done. I'm just gonna put this here. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and glue this one here on the back, and then while that's drying, we'll assemble all the other pieces. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you get glue on your hands and you can't get it off, you can use hand sanitizer. That takes it right off. Thank you, Kathy Dominicelli, for telling me that. I went and got some at the Bath and Body. They were on sale for like $3. Ooh, I think that's upside down. What? No, I think it's fine. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and glue our panels together. So we're gonna do this first one. And I used on this is the Flowering Floral Spray Embossing Folder. That's what this is. I just wanted a little bit of texture for that piece. So. I think these cards would make a really great gift for somebody. It's like stuff like this is like the gift that keeps on giving. All right, so that's all done there. Okay, so let's make our panel piece. And we're going with the dark. Okay. I love this paper. I love the colors. Since we're in the, well, for us up here in the north, in the Northwest, our summers, oh, they're so short. So we're getting to be the end here, sorta. It's July, but I've noticed, and I don't want to say it out loud, but I'm gonna say it anyway, that some of the leaves are changing. We're not ready for it. Okay, so let me show you where you're going to put your, where's my greeting? Okay, there it is. I'm gonna put the greeting on first because I made the mistake of doing that late. Then I had to press it down and press it into my Pop Dots, and it kind of made it warp. So that's my advice. If you're gonna put something up on Pop Dots, make sure you put your, or just Stampin' Dimensionals. Listen to me, Pop Dots. I keep doing that. You wanna put this down first so that if you put it on later, it'll kind of cave in where you're gonna put your mechanism. Okay, sorry. So let's get back to business here. So I'm gonna put quite a few. I'm gonna put 6 because you want it in the middle so that it will sit nicely when you close it up or when you open it up for display. And let's take all of these off. Okay, so you're gonna eye it. I did about 1 inch from the bottom, just like so. And on my original one, I didn't like how far down the mechanism was. This was the easel because it hangs over, so it'll really be crammed in the envelope. So let's go ahead and glue this on. I'm gonna really reinforce this. And that's one thing you're gonna notice when you try to sit up your easel, that you really wanna reinforce the fold so that it will sit up, because there's so much going on with the paper and everything, it may not want to sit up properly. Put that right there. Oh, look at that. I mean, we're not even done yet, and that's just beautiful. Absolutely love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna glue our flowers on. Now, I already stamped all of these, and what we're gonna do is grab one of these mats. So I'm gonna glue all of my little leaves down. So the easiest way to do this so that it looks like a bouquet is to glue it at the bottom. That glue is really coming out fast now. So here, let's do this. So here's another hack, you guys. When you get too much glue, just take your another piece and kind of just rub it in there, and that will spread the glue around, because you don't really need a whole lot, but you want to line up, sorry, my big fingers are in the way. You want to kind of line up your stems like so. Actually gonna do it like that. And then this guy here, he's already got glue on him because I already glued him up. And then what's nice is we're gonna hide this bottom here with a bow, because you can always hide things. Get this last piece on here. There we go. So there's our little mini bouquet. You guys see that? All right, let's get this mat out of here. Bring back in my project. And for this, you want small Stampin' Dimensionals, because you've got all these itty bitty pieces, or you might want to cut your big ones. And that's really easy, but I'm gonna put that right in the middle. And then actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a little piece here for the stems, because we don't throw those away, right? We had that discussion at my card buffet. Whoever dies with the most paper wins. And we don't throw anything away. Okay. Now hopefully you're still with me. Noticed that I'm a little long-winded today, so just got this really fun project. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and put this down on our easel panel. Get all those little tiny pieces off. There we go. Okay, now make sure it's a little bit off center. There we go. Okay, now this stamp set is kind of hard to line up. So I'm gonna show you guys how you want to line it up so that you get it to where the stems and the flowers meet. Because I had a heck of a time. So you have this little cup part right here, okay? So we're gonna take this flower here and we're gonna line up this cup part right here with this cup part right here. So when I do that, see how it hangs over just a stitch so that it looks, oops, let me get it a little bit better. Because the greenery here looks like it goes to this. And so I think that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna press it, we're committed. Okay, so there you go. And this is the Flowering Meadow stamp set. I don't know if I said that already, but it's this guy here. Okay, all right, so let's get to the bow. So this is embroidery thread that you can get at Walmart. And to make a double bow, easiest way, cut yourself a big long piece. You're gonna double it up, and then you're gonna make your bow. So everyone always asks me what's the easiest way to make a bow. So here we go. We're gonna do this, bring it around. We're gonna hold here and you're gonna pull with your right hand. So we're gonna hold on here with my left, holding with the left, and we're pulling with the right. Okay, easy peasy. And then that's a little big, so we're just gonna pull over here on the left, just like that. And there we go, there's the bow. I'm gonna put it down so you guys can take a look at it. There you go, so there's a double bow. That's the way to cheat to make yourself a double bow. Then we're just gonna take a glue dot, we're gonna roll up that glue dot. We call that a snot dot, because that's kind of fun. And then you're just gonna put it on the back here. And then you're just gonna stick it down. And that's gonna hide that little stem part just a little bit. And then this is a little bit long, so we're just gonna cut it down. So remember, loop over your embroidery thread or your ribbon twice. I like the embroidery thread because holy smokes, you can get it in every single color. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble. So I'm gonna move this up a little bit, just about right there, okay? So I'm gonna put some more glue. And you can use your adhesive. You don't have to use glue. Like I always tell you guys, the glue's right here in my classroom, so I just grab it. And then we're gonna put that right here. I'm gonna move it up a stitch. I made this card like 4 times, so I learned that you want that to be up higher. And there you go, we're done. Look at this. So it's just gonna lay just like that. Okay, so see how it did that? Here's how you fix that. Just roll this over, give this another good swoop right here with your bone folder, and then look, it's ready to be where you guys want it to be. So hopefully you can see that. And then what's really pretty now is we've got these beautiful panels, and then when the person opens it in the envelope, it'll be like that. And then all you have to do for your greeting is just glue a piece of paper here on the back. So let me show you the other ones I made, because this was really, really fun. Okay, let me get my basket here. Throw my stuff out of the way. Okay, so we'll go in the order of holidays. So our first holiday coming up is Halloween. So I made a Halloween one, and I used the Oh My Fright bundle and the Frightfully Fun DSP. And I cut out my little ghosts, and then it just sits just like that. And I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold this forward. So here's the first panel. So it looks like a whole scene. And you know me with my cat, so of course I had to use the cat. And then a cat down here, and it says Happy Halloween, and here's some more of that paper. And that paper is so cute. And then you just flip it up, just like that. So super, super cute. I just had a really good time with that one. And then the next holiday is fall. So what are we looking at? Thanksgiving. So I used the piece, this is Peaceful Fine, gingham in color, and the stamp set. Oh, it's the one with the scarecrow. But as you can see here, it just kind of sits forward. This was the one I was going to make on camera, and then I changed my mind. But look here, you've got the whole scene with the corn and the crows. And I'll put it in the description what stamp set this is. I always forget everything. It's my middle-aged brain. But then I stamped the panel here. So you can see here on the panels that I just made my own scene instead of using DSP. But I did use the in color gingham for this, because this just screams fall to me. So super cute, super fun. And last but not least is Christmas. So let me go over what I did with this one. I just used an embossing folder and some sparkly blue paper that I had. And for all the panels, all the paper, I just embossed all the paper with the embossing folder. So you can do that too. It looks just as cute and just as decorative. And I'll tell you the paper I used in just a minute, and hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, I feel so bad. I don't have a big professional camera system, but this is Berry Cute Stamps and Berry Christmas DSP. And this is retired, so we had to say goodbye to it a couple years ago, but I did keep it because I love those bears. They're like the Coca-Cola bears. So anyways, guys, I hope you will give this a try. Let me put this back in here and take a snapshot if you wish, or a screenshot. But thank you for watching, and tell me which one of these is your favorite. Leave me a comment. And as always, I forgot to put the butterflies. Let's do that really quick here at the end, or you guys can sign off and go get on with your day. But anyway, leave me a comment. Tell me which one of these was your favorite. And always, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for putting up with my eccentricities and being part of my everyday life. All right, I love you guys. Have a good one, and I will see you next Tuesday for another episode of Technique Tuesday. Okay, love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.